I've just bought an Apple Mac to make gaming videos, which I'm sure most of you think is very, very stupid indeed. And you know what? You might actually be right, but I've justified my potentially disastrously stupid decision down in the description, so before you shout at me down in the comment section, at least give it a read, because my requirements are a little bit unique, to say the least, and rather surprisingly to me, the Mac Studio came out as one of the only viable options. However, I was making one rather large assumption, that this incredibly powerful, incredibly expensive, top-spec Mac Studio would be able to run Minecraft. A game that looks like this. Let's start easy, shall we? As easy as possible. Actually, this is a brand new super flat world, and I mean, we're getting nearly 300 frames a second. That is good. There's some peaks that could affect our frame rate. Okay, I'll be honest, I was expecting quite a lot more than 300 frames a second. You know, this thing's got 20 CPU cores and 64 GPU cores, 128 gigabytes of RAM. I might seem a little bit ungrateful if I complain too much about 300 frames a second, so let's move on. This is still a super flat world, but it's a super flat world filled with redstone contraptions and tons of entities, and it's definitely had an effect on our frames per second. We're now down at 160-ish, but the game is still playing incredibly smoothly. No complaints here. A regular Minecraft world. As expected, absolutely no problems here. In fact, it's performing better than it did in my redstone testing world, which is slightly concerning. How badly optimized is my redstone? An amplified world? Still almost entirely unfazed? Okay, so we may not have started high, but we seem to be staying consistent. What about the final world boss? The Boatum Village from Hermitcraft Season 8. This place is horrendous. By the end of the season, it was getting seriously bad to be recording here, and you know what? This is not doing badly. To be sitting at around about 60 frames a second, and quite a smooth 60 frames a second as well, I'm actually impressed. I'm actually impressed by this. I was genuinely concerned that we had kind of jumped to the final boss, but it is dealing with it just fine. And I gotta say, it feels rather lovely to be on a form of Hermitcraft again. Alright, I gotta say, I'm curious. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure that this is actually going to work at all. That is a hard no. Shaders definitely do not work on M1 based Apple Macs. Okay, those shaders don't. These shaders do. Oh my goodness! Oh, that's gorgeous. That's really nice. That is like a really, really nice shader. And it is running really quite dreamily. This is smooth. This is actually smooth. I did not expect this. Oh, look at that lens flare. Okay, I'm getting excited again. Okay, come on now. I can't be the only person that's surprised by this. I can't be the only person. Okay, I think I finally found the point where it begins to get a little bit painful to play. But this would have been a bit of a battle for my old PC, and my old PC basically belonged to NASA. And at this point, I would like to acknowledge my bias. Because as exciting and surprising as it is that this thing is actually handling things quite well, it is worth mentioning this is a very top spec computer, and although I'm very happy with the results I've got, they're not exactly mind-bending, are they? And for a comparatively priced PC, I think I'd be a little bit disappointed. So let's blow things up, shall we? First things first, we've got the 10x10 block of TNT. Now, it should be able to handle this. If it can't, I'm in real trouble. I mean, it was briefly a tiny bit laggy, but honestly, pretty good. So let's go 100 times bigger. I don't know what I've done, but whatever I've done is ugly. Please try and ignore my cursed block. I promise you is around about 100,000. This is going to be interesting. Oh. Oh. Well, the sound's gone. Oh no, it's back. It's very much back. We're definitely down to 0 frames a second. Blimey, that's a lot of TNT. Yeah, the time between the pulses is getting gradually longer. And I don't think that's a good sign. Yeah, no, I can't move either. Equally not a good sign. This test is so stupid. Oh gosh. It's gonna be going all night. We have a spinny wheel. Which is Apple Mac for things are going south. I somehow keep accidentally pausing the game. I don't know how that keeps happening. Each explosion we're getting less entities. They're going down. No way! Oh dear. Oh dear, we've got some animals that are permanently dying. That's kind of gruesome. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Well, despite hitting 0 frames per second and also having the whirly wheel of death, this thing managed to calculate 100,000 TNT explosions. That's pretty impressive. We must push harder, but I'm not going to do it using TNT. I'm I'm going to do it using flying machines. You see, flying machines, they can be incredibly laggy, especially if you design them to be very, very laggy. And the way that you design a flying machine to be laggy is to maximize the number of lighting updates that the flying machine causes. Basically create a giant moving roof in the sky. So this is a pretty solid start. Now I just need to copy and paste it over and over again to create a giant mass of blocks. I fear I might have gone a bit too far. The worst that can happen is everything can crash. You know what? It seems to be doing a pretty good job. It was doing a good job. It's now maybe not doing such a good job. I'm kind of struggling to look around. We've hit 0 frames a second again. This is a lot of lighting updates. Oh my goodness, that thing looks so evil. Oh, whoa. What? Okay. This is so strange. I'm kind of flying around, getting semi-decent frame rates, but nothing looks right. Has it crashed into the world border? Oh, I've done the thing. I remember this from last time. But yeah, the world has gone. Yeah, there's nothing here. There's a sheep there. I've tried to quit the game, but the world is refusing to save. Does this count? Wow. What? This thing has crashed and created art? That's kind of beautiful. And the world has fixed itself. When will you die? I thought this would be easier than it's been. It's just creating cool stuff. When in doubt, deploy dispensers. I've actually just found a world in my saves folder just called dispensers in capital letters. Oh. And I fear... I know what this is. This is... This is the Infinite Chickens world. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's already a lot of them. I've come into a world of many chickens. And there's something so funny about the way the sound works here. It just clicks and then you just get a bunch of chicken noise and then it stops. Someone needs to make a song out of this. What else have I got down here? I've got a world called items. I mean, items, that sounds exciting. Surely there's probably going to be a ton of items. Okay, so the setup is pretty simple. Just chuck all of these shulker boxes onto the floor, and then use a piece of TNT to blow up the shulker boxes, causing their items to spill out. Oh, that's a lot of items. Okay, that's a lot of items. That was a lot of chests filled with shulker boxes, filled with items. I don't know if we recover from this one, actually. Oh, we've had movement. If I can just move myself towards the diamonds, I can get myself out of this situation. I think I'm gonna make it. I think I'm actually gonna do this. I can taste them. Oh my goodness, that sounded incredible. I've taken out like a perfect little square. Oh my goodness, that is the most satisfying thing ever. Yes. The Mac Studio lives to fight another day. This thing is stupid. It started so average, but it just keeps fighting. It's time for us to do the sand world. There is not a single computer that exists on this planet that would survive the world made of sand. Wow. I always forget how incredible this looks. It looks incredible up until you stop being able to see what's happening. Is it just me, or is this doing better than I expected? I can still move. What's happened? Are you serious, computer? Are you serious? Are you gonna keep going with the sand world? I totally expected to sign off the video with the sand world, but it's fine. It has... What? No! No, you're not meant to survive the sand world. You didn't even blink. Come on, the chickens are worse than this. You can't do this to me on the sand world. I bigged up the sand world so much you were meant to crash and burn. My desk was meant to catch fire. This is so bad. It's ruined the video. I can't end the video without crashing it. This is like guaranteed. This is guaranteed. What? No. I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board. I don't know what to do. Alright, I guess it's time to go super nuclear. I didn't think we'd have to go here, but here we are. Apparently we have to go here. TNT. Big world of TNT. Infinite explosion. There's no way I can get out of this. This has to be the end. Whoa, with every explosion, there's even more entities. We're up at nearly 10,000 right now. Look at that! For a screenshot, oh my goodness! Was that? That's what I'm looking for! That is what I'm looking for! So I guess, in summary, if you're looking for a new computer that performs about as well as a decent PC that was made 2 or 3 years ago and costs probably 30% more, but satisfies a very obscure and very particular set of criteria that really only applies directly to me, then the Mac Studio might just be the gaming computer for you.